Today, this small nyash must go. And that is how we begin the part one of this beautiful book that I will be delving into shortly. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Uche, and if this is your first time here, you are highly welcome. And for all returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're reading a whole lot of books, and if you've been reading new books, let me know about them in the comment section below. So guys, in this video I will be talking about the critically acclaimed book, the sensational second book released by the author Damilare Kuku. And this book I'm talking about is Only Big Bumbum Matters Tomorrow. So this book was published in July 2024. Given the name, it is quite sensational. This book tells the story of Damilare, who is the main character in this book. And Damilare has suffered from body dysmorphia for the longest time possible. No, she's not fat, but she's slim and she has an extremely flat ass. You'll be wondering, how flat can an ass get? But the way this author describes Damilare's ass, it is so flat that it is giving major concern. She's being bullied about her ass, like she's talked down on, she's being teased endlessly about her ass. And even though her family members are looking at her like, no, nothing is wrong with you, but her classmates in school do not let her see the light of day because of how flat her ass is. And then this book is written in different point of views. We read the perspectives of different characters, ranging from Damilare herself, then to her older sister Ladun, to their mother Hassana, her mother's sister Jumai, their aunt, to their aunt from their father's side, Big Mommy, then to the barrister who reads their father's will. So Damilare has just lost her father, who happens to be a lecturer in the state university, and his will is read to his immediate family and also his extended family. And after his will has been read, Damilare decides to drop a huge bomb. She announces that she would be going to Lagos to have a BBL, that is a Brazilian butt lift, because she claimed that her ass was flat and she was doing it to improve her body image. And you know, we see the shock from her family members, her auntie asking her why she would want to do that to herself. And while this story is still going on, we get introduced to Ladun. Ladun is Damilare's older sister, who has been away for the longest time possible. Immediately after her university education, she left, and for reasons best known to her, after she discovered a secret that was hidden from her. And you know, she decides to go to Lagos for her NYSC to go and hustle, and she's doing really well for herself. She did okay for herself, even got up to the point of getting engaged to a man who she loved, Edachi. Then we also see the perspective of Hassana. Hassana happens to be the mother of both Temi and Ladun. We get to see how it was for her as a young girl, how her growing up was for her with her younger sister Jumai. Jumai and Hassana were very close when they were little girls, but along the line they became distant, and that was because Jumai refused to forgive her sister Hassana for not wanting to further education. So Jumai was the one that went into the university, and you know, she was so angry that Hassana, her sister, did not share the same love that she had for education and wanting to better herself. What she fails to understand at this point is everybody does not have a book brain. It's not everybody that will go to school, so people are free to do what they like and follow the path that they feel is best for them. It doesn't mean that your love for them has to diminish because they refuse to go through the same path that you went. And we also get to see Jumai's story about her marriage and how the marriage ended, and also her questioning of her sexuality. So Jumai is a bisexual woman who was thrown out of her husband's house when her sexuality came to light. We get to see different characters. We also see the story of Big Mommy, who was that desperate to want a husband, and you know, she was introduced to a Muslim cleric who told her that she had to bleach her skin, and her husband was just waiting for her so that she could lighten up her skin. And you know, she's having these issues with bleaching. We see Edache as well. Edache, who happens to be, I don't know if I would say the modern day Robin Hood, because he was a thief, yeah, but you would never guess. And this was the person Ladun was planning to spend the rest of her life with. So we see the lives of these different characters, how they are intertwined, and this book is actually a very, very interesting read. I'll say Ladun's story seemed like the dark horse in this book because it was a discovery about herself that led her to fleeing her family home. It's a very tight-knit family. So the way it is, Ladun is the one that is closer to her father, while Damilare is the one that is closer to her mother. And a whole lot of themes cut across this book. We see that of motherhood, we see that of friendship, we see sisterhood, we see sexuality, we see desperation, we see religion, we see loneliness, we see body dysmorphia. It is because of body dysmorphia that we have this story in the very first place. This story that leads to other characters popping out and, you know, telling their own stories, and we get to see other themes that are explored in this book. So this book has humor. This is one of those books that you just want to read. I really like this book, and it's crazy that I am yet to read the author's debut novel, which is Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. I have had that book for the longest time on my shelf since it was published in 2021. But on a whim, on the first day of August, I just decided to read Only Big Bumbum Matters Tomorrow, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very enjoyable read. And at the end, when we get to know why it didn't work out between Ladun and her first boyfriend, it was crazy. We also see predators in the likes of Ladun's teacher in secondary school, who was sleeping with his students, who eventually ended up marrying one of his students that he had impregnated. So it's a whole lot of stories that are happening in this book. I particularly like this book because it just feels like a collection of short stories. It is not short stories per se, but we have these different characters talking about their own stories. So it's different perspectives all joined into one, and that is one unique quality. The most I have seen in any book is dual point of views, at most 3, but this is up to like 6 people's point of views with interesting, very, very interesting stories. Guys, if you've not read this book is not just all hype. You might want to say, oh, the title is just sensational. Oh, okay, maybe it just attracts you to just read it. Yes, it is true that the book title is sensational, Only Big Bumbum Matters Tomorrow. But when you read it, when you read the book, it is actually a worthy read because it addresses particularly this craze about BBL, about having a big bum, about having a big derriere, because that seems to be the order of the day in our society now. With the advent of social media, with how everyone is on social media, we see a whole lot of people that before they were just like this, and before you know it, give a space of how many months, they have curves, they have bumps, and it is a pandemic at this point. Who has not done BBL? Who has not augmented their butts? People can go with having small boobs, but you see that butt, the small nyash must go. That's why the author did not mince words when Damilare declared, today this small nyash must go. So this book it made me laugh. It had humor. See, this author's writing voice is quite unique, and at the point when I was reading this book, I was thinking, why was I dragging my feet in reading Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad, our first book? And God knows, before the end of this year, by the special grace of God, I will definitely be reading that book and reviewing it here on this channel. If you've read Only Big Bumbum Matters Tomorrow, please do well to share your thoughts about this book in the comment section below, because I don't know what I was expecting when I went into this book, but I came out of reading it with a whole new love for this author. Like, this author knows what she's doing. Her writing voice is just so it's unique. That's all about this book without revealing spoilers. Do well to click on the like button, because that way YouTube recommends this video to other book lovers. Share this video with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll be seeing you in my very next video. Bye guys.